Good day, good day, everyone. I hope you are doing well. Let me turn on Instagram. Let me know if you all can hear me. I've been having some technical issues this morning, but it's wonderful to be with you all today. Yes. So, welcome everyone to Morning Sip with Red Melissa. SIP stands for Spirit in Practice, where we practice because practice makes progress. Practice makes progress. So I use the technology of spiritual psychology, spiritual practices, and universal principles to support people in living life in joy, but supporting people and disrupting limiting patterns of thinking, believing, and behaving by prioritizing their mind and their heart to reveal the healing from within to transform their lives. This is my passion. This is my ministry of joy, where I support people in living life in joy, connected to their yes. I am an ordained interfaith minister, a licensed religious science practitioner, a spiritual life coach, and the spiritual director, senior minister at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living, which is a new thought center in New York. So if you need support, you can reach out to me on my social media at I am Rev Melissa on Facebook and on Instagram, and we can set up some time to talk. So good day, everyone. I hope all is well in your world. Good day, Mommy. It's good to see you. Good day, Shay from Colorado. Yes. Good day, Wayne, giving me my star shine. Love that, Wayne. Good day, Michelle from LA. Good day, Linda from Colorado. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me loud and clear. Good day, Brian Love. Oh, I'm sending you love and light, Brian. I'm so sorry I couldn't make it to celebrate with you yesterday, but just know that I was there in spirit. It was pouring down raining here in New York. So I'm on the road driving, trying to get to Staten Island, and it was crazy. So my mind kept telling me, get off the next exit. Get off the next exit. You can't see. Traffic is back to back to back. It'll take you 2 hours to get there. So, Brian, I hope to see you this weekend. Love you. Good day. Yes, thank you, Brian. I have something for you on Saturday, too. All right. Thank you all for letting me know y'all can hear me. All right, y'all. So, where are we today? We are in our new series that we started yesterday, Perception. Perception. So, let me just remind us of the definition we're working with: a way of perceiving, awareness, consciousness, and view, right? The origins of the word perception is a taking in, a taking in. And I love that. A taking in, Garrett. Don't you love that as the origins of the word perception? A taking in. So, what are you taking in about yourself today? So, yesterday I asked you a question: how do you perceive yourself? What are your perceptions of yourself? All right. Wayne's perception of himself is he's living life like it's golden. All right, Wayne, I'm right there with you. Living life like it's golden. I perceive life as golden. Yes, that's a wonderful perception to have about life and to have about yourself as you live this glorious, magnificent, ever expanding good life that is you. So, did anyone sit with that question or journal about what is my perception of myself? How do I perceive myself? How do I view myself? How do I take myself in? Right? What is my awareness about who I am? Yes? And so I also shared the definition from Bruce Lipton in his book that I thoroughly enjoy listening to. I listened to it on Audibles, and I just love this. I just love this so much. So he defines perception as awareness of the elements of environment through physical sensation. So he's giving us a more scientific viewpoint of how we can use our senses, but not just our five senses, all of our senses, our intuitive senses, right? And how we perceive ourselves and others and the world. So I'm going to be sharing some more from this book in an upcoming series about our subconscious mind and our conscious mind, because the way we perceive ourselves, our perceptions about ourselves are interconnected, are embedded in our subconscious mind, right? It's embedded in our subconscious mind. Our perceptions, our beliefs about ourselves are housed in our subconscious mind, and how we could use our conscious mind, right, to impress upon our subconscious mind what it is and how we want to perceive ourselves today, right? We can reprogram our programming so that it is in alignment with what it is that we are knowing about ourselves today. Yes? So that's coming up soon. So today, I love, oh, thank you, Abby. It's good to see you, Abby from Australia. Yes, it's good to see you, Abby. Shay is sharing, I perceive myself as a miracle. All right, Shay, I love that. I love that. Yes, still cleaning up the subconscious mind of untruths. Woo, who isn't? By a show of hands, who isn't still cleaning up the subconscious mind of untruths, right? It's like peeling that onion back so that we can get to the root of the truth, right? And we know that truth does what? It sets us free. Yes, it does, Margareta. It's good to see you, love. So today, I love how the universe always supports me in everything that I do. That is one of my perceptions. My perception is the universe supports me in everything that I do. And so this morning I was reading my inspirational reading, which is the Science of Mind magazine. It's one of the things that I read every day. And as love would have it, today's daily inspiration was specifically about how we see ourselves. It's called Believing in Me, and it's about our perceptions. So I said, well, thank you, God, for giving me today's sip. It's such a plain and easy way. I love grace and ease. Yes, I do. So I'm going to share some, not all of what is today's Science of Mind magazine's daily inspiration. And this month is written by Reverend Dr. Michelle Madrano. So thank you, Michelle, Reverend Dr. Michelle, for your words of wisdom that I'm using today to illustrate perception. So this is what she writes. Our perception of who and what we are rarely as big as the truth of who we are. Now, I stop right there. Our perception of who and what we are rarely as big as the truth of who we are. That's the truth right there, right? Do we really perceive ourselves as the greatness that we truly are? Do we perceive ourselves as the love that we truly are? Do we perceive ourselves as wondrously made? Do we perceive ourselves as big as the truth of who we are? Yes. Much about life and the spiritual journey is the willingness to shift our sense of self into a recognition of our spiritual greatness just because we exist, not because of anything we have done or not done, or because someone else has told us so. We recognize our spiritual greatness because we have taken the time to search for the divine and found it with a capital I in us. Now, that ain't something to worship about. Oh, I love everything about that. On finding it, meaning the divine that is within you, we discover the greatest love of all and the greatest acceptance of all. Certainly, as we accomplish things in life and grow, we gain greater perceptions about ourselves. The greatest of all is the perception that comes in self communion, which burns away old, worn out ideas we had about ourselves and allows us to discover the beautiful and glorious truth of our being. Believing in ourselves is believing in God, and believing in God is believing in us. Woo! Isn't that delicious? Oh my goodness. Thank you, Reverend Dr. Michelle, for that. So I just want to highlight this because this is what we were talking about last week with our worship series. You see how it's all in divine order, right? Oh, all right. The greatest of all is the perception that comes in self communion. The greatest perception of all is that which comes in self communion. Now, what is self communion? We talked about this. If you missed last week's worship, you got to go back and listen to it. Self communion is our communion with the divine within us. Yes, it is that irresistible union that Ernest Holmes was talking about. That, or was it Thomas Troy? I can't remember. But it's that irresistible union. It is that opening up, right? And what does it do when we worship, right? When we're in that feeling of absolute, here you go, Pamela, bliss, of absolute love, of absolute joy with the absolute, with a capital A. What does that do? It burns away old, worn out ideas we had about ourselves, burn it away, those untruths, right, that are hanging out in our subconscious mind. And I might be preaching to the choir here, but our subconscious mind is running the show. Is running the show. 95% of what we do is driven by our subconscious mind, not our conscious mind. Now, our conscious mind is no joke either, right? Because we use our conscious mind to impress upon our subconscious mind the truth, right? Tearing away, burning away those limiting beliefs, those worn out ideas, as Rev Michelle says, right? So that we can reveal the truth of who we are, so that we can have a revelation, right? Through self-communion, through worship. Yes? Oh, that gets me so excited, y'all. Right? This is what we get to do. This is how we get to be with ourselves. This is how we get to see ourselves through this lens, through the lens of truth, through the lens of love, through the lens of who we truly are. Yes? Mm, I love that. I love that. All right, let me check in with y'all. Let me check in. Yes, Margarita, you here, girl. It's all good. Thank you. Thank you for that compliment on the hat. Thank you, Linda, right? I really identify with today's Science of Mind magazines. Oh my God. Me too, Linda. Me too. I had a whole worship when I was reading this one. Yes. Abby, the truth of who we are is bigger than our perceptions of ourselves. Don't you love that? Oh, it's so delicious. And Shay could just go, woo! Yes, Shay. It's so good for the spirit, Michelle. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The greatest of all is the perception, y'all, that comes in self communion, which burns away old, worn out ideas. Aren't you tired of those worn out ideas? Woo! Ain't it time to let them go? Isn't it time to transform them? Oh, it's worn out. It's worn out. Yes, yes, yes. Worn out ideas we had about ourselves and allows us to discover the beautiful and glorious truths of who we truly are. So the question becomes, who do you perceive yourself to be? Who are you? Right? Who are you? So I was asking myself this question this morning, right? Who are you? Who are you? Right? And I was like, oh, I'm glad that you asked. I am an individualized expression of God. I am joy manifested in flesh and blood. I am that which thou art that which I am. Who are you? Who are you? Yes? This is what we get to inquire, right? Because we need to remember. We need reminders when stuff starts to get stirred up, right? And we find ourselves in forget lane, right? How did I get over here? How have I forgotten again who I am? The glory that I am, the perfection that I am, the wholeness that I am, the joy that I am, right? So we get to remind ourselves to remember again and again and again and again and again through our communion, through our worship, through our perceptions of who we truly are. Yes? All right. So I want to end today with a prayer from one of my favorite books. You'll know this is my numero uno book, The 30-Day Mental Diet. I do this book. I do a class based on this book every single year, and we will be doing it for 2024 in January. So get ready. Y'all got a head start. We're in July. So if you don't have the 30-Day Mental Diet, you want to get it now and just be ready. Yes? All right. All right. So before I do that, I'm going to check in again. Yes, Garrett, I am. Yes, love, I am. Yes, yes, I am that I am. Yes. Right, Shay? We keep forgetting. But the wonderful thing is we get to remember again and we get to remind each other. It's so important to have people in your circle who remind you of who you are when you forget, when you're in that funk, right? That can hold the space for you. Yes? Yes. Linda, I'm continuing rediscovering myself. All right. All right. All right. Yes. 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 So I want to share this prayer with you Willis Kinnear, the author and a very good friend of Ernest Holmes, calls the prayers the diet, right? And this is from day one. And what do we establish on day one? Who you are. That's what day one is all about. Who you are. And the subtitle is You Are More Than You Think You Are. Ain't that the truth? So this is the diet. This is the prayer. Today, I identify myself with that which is greater than I am, which is both the source of what I am and is what I am. The one infinite mind, intelligence, spirit, God that created all things and is all things is also in me as me. I know that my body is an expression of its infinite creativity, that my mind, my self-conscious ability to think, that which I know as my real self, is an individualization of the infinite mind of God as my mind. I now recognize the real me for all that it is, an expression and conscious activity of the mind of God, infinite consciousness. I am that which it is that which I am. Each day, I become increasingly aware that God is what I am. I affirm the reality of that power greater than I am, and I do so with complete faith, belief, and conviction in it, and identify myself with it. I accept and permit it to flow into ever fuller expression as what I am. The one mind, one life, God with infinite power and creativity for good in all things, today finds an unhindered channel, for increased expression as me. Woo! Yes. This is how we get to perceive ourselves. This is the perception that we are invited into and as. This is who we are, beloveds. This is who we are. Are you an unhindered channel for the expression of God as you? Are you willing? Are you willing? Yes? So let's shift those perceptions, those untruths, those limiting beliefs, those straight up lies, y'all. Just straight up lies about who you are. We know who we are. We know who we are. So let us claim it and live from that knowingness without further delay. Without further delay. Yes? All right, y'all. All right. All right. So we're going to continue on the perception journey. Do some self-communion with yourself today and the divine and see what wants to flow through. Yes? All right, y'all. All right. So let's get into some joy news. Let me find my joy news card. Here we go. So today is Wednesday. So I announced this yesterday. Anyone that comes to Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living, I'm the spiritual director there. We usually have our Wednesday hour of power. It is on hiatus until September. Okay. So no hour of power tonight and no hour of power for the month of August. We will be back in September, rebranded as Community Cafe. So let me just put in a plug here. If you have a gift, a talent, something that you would like to share in the community, the Congregation of Joy, the Rockland CSL community, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter where you are. send me a message on my social media, IG or Facebook, and let me know. And I could set aside a Wednesday for you to share your gifts with our community in the community cafe. Okay? All right. This Sunday, we'll be wrapping up our July theme at Rockland CSL. Our July theme is speaking truth to circumstances. And this Sunday, we're wrapping it up with my wonderful practitioner team. Jan and Chris will be leading the service, and they're going to be speaking truth to circumstances through self-care, right? Because self-care is so important when you're going through circumstances and stuff, right? So please join us this Sunday, 11:30, no, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You could go to rocklandcsl.org, click Sunday service, and the Zoom link is there. Or you could join us on Facebook where we live stream. Okay? All right, please mark your calendars. Please mark your calendars for our next meditation with the moon, which is happening on August 1st. August 1st, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time is our evening sip. We get to meditate with the full moon, and this moon is another super moon, and we're going to release super stuff. We're going to release super stuff with the super moon. So please join me on August 1st, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, exactly where you're watching me now, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, streaming on New Thought Media Network. All right. I think that's it for now. That's all the joy news that I want to share today. We'll be back tomorrow to continue on our perception journey. Thank you, Shay, for sharing. I'm on Wednesdays, Community Cafe. You know it. All right, Shay. See you in September for that. And let's end with this deliciousness from Garrett or Jared. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. God expresses its perfection through me, through us. Yes, God does. Yes, love does. Yes, the universe does. Yes, expresses its perfection through us. Yes, and I am so grateful for that. So peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We are living life in joy. Yes, we are, because we are connected. Yes, we're in communion with our yes.